It's me, name's Sony. Welcome back to 360 Chicken. And today's video, we're just going to have a look at the game because there's massive changes since the last video, full video anyway. I did one little short that sort of shows a little bit of the changes. But for the most part, almost everything you can see in this video will be new. But today's video is going to look at the theme manager and the weather system as well. So themes and weathers today. Let's have a look at the game. We'll switch over to this camera and pop it open. Whoop. There we are. So let's we're in the level editor as usual. Let's zoom out. We can have a look at some of the new cool track pieces and all of that cool stuff. So here we go. We've got actual track pieces, and you can see here these are separated pieces that sort of just fit together. I haven't done a tool for actually fitting them together yet. You can see here I've actually made a mistake. That doesn't want to fit together properly. Oh dear, oh dear. Right, let's just go. Oh, that was the problem, right? Okay, so there we go. Almost fit. Oh, that's the problem. It won't allow me half points. Okay. Well, anyways, I set this up in outside of the level editor, but all of this, of course, is placeable in the level editor and all of that. As you can see, there's some new token icon coin type items to collect. These things here, you can see. Brilliant. But of course today's video is not about that. Today's video is about this character that looks like Knuckles. Sorry chicken. Let's just have a look at the actual thing we're supposed to talk about. So here we go. I've made some changes to the actual level editor systems. You can see here new tools and new blocks as well. Actually I haven't given these icons yet, but you can see new blocks in the level editor here. Massive amount of stuff that is available, and you can see it all in the scene here. The checkpoints as well, I haven't created icons for them, but there we go. So there we go, we've got settings. Now in the settings you can see here, you can set up your level title and you can set up the level description. You can also set whether or not the game will have a timer or not. So here you go, in the top you can see the timer. And this is actually just for sandbox levels, you can actually switch that off. So we exit back to the level editor and switch that off. You can see now there's no timer in the level. There we go, brilliant. Now the cool part about this, of course, is the new themes system. Before I actually change the world theme is, well actually all of the theming systems right now are completely cosmetic, right? So they don't actually affect the game, although I would like for the weathers to affect the gameplay soon. But you can tell on actual objects here that you can, did I just pop up the file menu? That you can actually say, set a theme. Oh gosh, my wording is a bit off today. But you can actually set a theme for the objects themselves. For example, if we took this yellow object here, there's just a set of themes currently, so I'll be adding a lot more soon, but you can see here it can switch between different colors. So there we go, you can have the same object here in different colors, right? Brilliant. There we go, and then that's all part of this type of stuff as well, so you can set those up and all of that good stuff, right? That's brilliant, and that applies to all of the objects as well. So here we go, we've got different themes for this type of object here, and you can see that every material on the object actually can change as well as part of the theming system. Some of the objects haven't been set up yet with custom themes. You can see here I've got yellow checkers with the actual road being in a darker grey, and then a yellow edging, and then the grass as well. And you can see when I switch that to red setup, you can see a white a lighter sort of road here, you can see here comparing to that, and even the grass has now changed. So there we go, you can see a different type of grass. And then with the blue ones, I've actually set it up so that there's a yellow trail here, a yellow checker, right? And that the same thing applies here, so you can actually set the theme on these. and I'm probably going to add a tool so that you can grab the theme from one object and then just apply it to a bunch of others as well. You can see here with the other objects as well, there is some trouble with themes automatically being set if the object hasn't been set correctly, but that's not something that will apply to the actual game. It's only because I'm actually setting up these objects in Unity editor instead of in the level editor I've made in the game. But there we go. You can even set themes on traps as well. Although here we go, we've got the actual ground here, but even on the traps themselves, let me try and zoom correctly, like this mine, which by the way has been upgraded with a nice little ring to show you what the sensing area is. You can actually set themes on the mines as well. So there we go, we've got a dark theme, a light theme, and then the regular sort of reflective look of a mine. So there we go, we can duplicate that, place it here, and you can see now we've got 2 themed mines. Brilliant. And the same thing applies to other objects, or some objects don't have themes. Even the super mines or stupor mines, you can see the titles of the objects haven't been set custom yet. They're just taking the actual internal name of the object, which is mine super, which should say super mine in the game, right? It should be a neat look of it. But there we go, you can see I can change the theme on those as well. So again, same thing as that. Brilliant. Some objects, they don't have their themes yet. And things like this, for example, no theming. You can see the theme bar is just kind of frozen. It just doesn't work, which is brilliant. But there we go. Let's have a look at one of the new objects. That's the theming for the objects. But we also get to have a look at one of the new sort of techniques that I've added, which I actually showed in the last little short video that I just uploaded a couple days ago. And that's this. This is the sticky glue, or the gloopy glue. And it actually glues you to the surface, right? It's not the same as the gravity walls, because with the gravity zones, gravity walls, you can't kind of release from the gravity zones, right? With this stuff, you can literally just release by jumping off of it. So it's literally right at the actual surface of the object, and any further than that, you just get released completely, which is cool. Of course, this stuff also works completely upside down. So let's slide over to, whoa, I got hit by a piranha. Let's slide over to here and have a look at this this new tech. Oh, didn't collect the coin. So I was supposed to collect the coin. Some of those traps actually have themes as well. But there we go. You've got a nice wall riding version of it, right? Which is over here. And then I'm going to need a little bit more speed than that. Whee! There we go. Let's get the mouse off the screen. And if I just drive up here, you can see it does slow you down a little bit as well, right? Because it's gloopy glue. And there we go. We've got upside down riding. And once again, this is not a gravity zone, right? So you're actually stuck to the ground as opposed to being held down by gravity, which means you can release from it just by jumping off, which is brilliant. And then we're going to land straight into one of the tunnels, which is another new land piece. Really, really nice. These half pipes and quarter pipes and all of that. And you can see there's different shapes where you can actually turn from there. You can go completely upside down, turn from there. And there we go. We've got new half pipes, quarter pipes, whatever shape you want to add to your levels. Absolutely brilliant. And the other thing I've added, of course, is the water surface itself, which you can actually fall off the level now, properly, officially. Let's have a look, though, at the new theming system. So there we go. We've got, we've also got these nice loop-de-loops. And you can see that some of these objects are supposed to be themed like other games, right? So they've got a similar theme to other games, and this will be really cool because, for example, you can make a little, and that's why my chicken is dressed up to look a little bit like Knuckles. You can actually make levels which are similar to those types of themes from other games, and just get that sort of theme into the game. Wow, my wording is a little bit messed up today, but there we go. So yeah, you can see these are their own track pieces as well. And no theming on that object, unfortunately. But there is theming on some of the others. So here we go. We've got these guys, and you can theme these. And some of the themes have glowing lights on them as well, right? So if I was to look at, for example, these cones, you can see one of the cones has this glowing glowing color to it, right? So there we go. And that's very useful because one of the theme weathers, and I am using weather for this instead of the actual like a time of day functionality. I am actually authoring each and every one of these. So each of the themes and then each weather within the theme is specifically set up manually by me. just to make it really look nice, right? So here we go. We've got actual lighting changes to the world. You can see here we're in the night, and of course, as per before, you actually do have a light as well on you attached to the skateboard, and you can see here that trap is now glowing, right? And these other traps are glowing, and they look really cool at night. The water also looks really nice, and there's actually some additional stuff going on with the water and the way that it waves and stuff like that, and I'll describe that in a moment. You can see here these traps, these boosts, they look really cool. And you can see in the night here, when the light is not shining on it, you can't really see those cones, but this one is glowing, right? So it's very nice. You've got glowing cones and all of that, right? Brilliant. But we've got more themes. So here we go. We've got more settings as well. We're going to stay with the water theme for now and switch to fogging. So here we go. I've got a custom fogging system. I haven't finished it yet. You can see that the traps themselves are not being affected by the fogging. And of course the gizmo is being affected, and the gizmo is not supposed to be affected by the fogging. So I'm going to have to fix that and improve that. But for now, most things are affected by the fogging. And then I've actually got rain as well. I'm not going to click on storm because storm doesn't work. Just the same as that, the techno theme is not done either. But there we go, we've got rain, and of course I can actually drive through the rain, and you can see he's got a torchlight on as well. Now for debugging purposes, I can actually switch the theme and weather directly while I'm driving. So brilliant for actually testing things. Wonderful. But anyways, let's switch back to the regular clear, and actually we'll have a look at the other themes first before I actually show you some of the shader qualities that I've added here. These, again, nothing sort of at 100% yet. We are coming close to the release of the game, but I really want things to be polished and beautiful before that happens. Before we do that though, we're going to have a look at some of the other themes. I'll skip the sky one for now. We've got desert, and you can see here that not only does the lighting change, but we also have a different death zone here, and the background itself has also changed, right? So we've lost those hills that were there in the water theme. Now I'm actually just using the same hill models for now over each of the themes, but there will be custom backgrounds for each one as well. There's a small problem with this line here. That is due to some of the camera changes that I've done, which allow me to actually go really far from the world, and it cuts out the world without cutting out the background there. But let's just, I'm a little too far to actually click on stuff as well. That's weird. There we go. Right, so that gives me a quick zoom in. But here we go, we'll go through the other themes. So we've got desert here. You can see a nice sandy look to it. It looks a little bit glowy. It's not exactly very sand-like, but I do prefer it this way, right? And you've got those hills in the background, and this is all using the same shader. The hills and stuff in the background, the sort of waviness is all the same shader. We've got lava here. Very nice. And you can see the hills as well have changed to a nice sort of orangey red. Then we've got toxic, and here we go, we've got more waviness to the actual water, and you can see everything's sort of glowing a little bit more green now because everything's very toxic. And then we've got the sweet theme or candy theme, and this one, it's supposed to be sort of like candy floss and stuff like that, or maybe the liquid is just sort of juice. It's just some sort of milkshake. Things get really cool in this theme later on when I actually show you the weathers, but right now we'll show you the sky as well. So this again is a custom shader. I spent like 3 days writing this shader. It's a very nice wavy cloud shader. There we go. And this in the night looks really nice. There we go. Really nice cloud theme there. But you'll notice something that is going on with all of these themes, they are seeming to cover the land up, right? But that's not actually the case. If I go close, you can see that the actual shader for the death zone, which is the clouds in this case, but let's lower it to the water, for example. You can see that the shader is actually waving around in the background. In fact, if I go desert, you can really see the bumps. And you can see it's waving around in the background, but that's actually part of the same land that is directly underneath us. As I go close to the land, the shader actually flattens out, which means even though when you're far away, you can see that the waves of the sand are actually covering some of the land here. So there we go, you can see that the wave of the sand is covering the land. But if I go close, that's not the case, it's flattened out. And that means you can always see the exact flat surface as to where the character will hit the death zone, right? So there's an exact zero flat plane, but in the background, it goes nice and wavy, right? So here we go, if I switch to the sky, you can see exactly where the zero floor is, although in the sky theme, actually, it's not exactly working properly. But you can see here how it flattens out as I go close to the rest of the world, right? There's actually a falling out zone here for the clouds, and the clouds need a little bit of work. But let's get into the game, and what I can do is I can switch between the themes while I'm driving around, which means we can have a look at each of the weathers, and it switched to the storm weather. There we go. Right, so there's the regular weather, then we've got nighttime with the desert. You can see a little bit of sandiness, but still a little bit of work to do on the effects. There we go. Then we've got the fogging. So here we've got desert fog, very strong, should we say? And then we've got the desert storm, which is not really a sandstorm. This is a temporary effect. This is just a cheat, quick effect. But there we go, right? And then we've got the lava. So here we go. Broke his head off. You can see here lava particles coming up from the floor there. Oh, no, don't want to switch theme. I want to stay in the lava. And we go, we can see the lava's glowing a lot now when you're in the night theme, which is really cool in the night theme. So there we go. Really nice. Lava in the night. Very cool. And if we drop into the lava, you can actually see the effect. Whee, bop. It's very nice. Actually, if we switch back to lava, there we go. And then we can see the lava droplets. I don't know. It's kind of hail, lava hail, whatever you want to call it. And there we go. Whoop. You can see a really nice effect on the falling in the death zone. There we go. Now let's switch to sweet now. And this one's got the coolest rain particles. So firstly, we've got nighttime, and you can see very nice. And the sweet itself also glows. Let's have a look at that. So there we go. A little bit of glowing coming from there. And we've got this nice rocky land. And then, of course, when you jump into there, whoop, you can see that also has a little gloopy look to it. But here we go. Here's the fogging in the sweet theme, and you can see that it's sort of made everything look a little bit more sugary, right? So it's a little bit more blue in the background. Really nice. But here's the best part. This is the actual rain part of the of the sweet theme, and you can see that it's actual sweets just falling from the sky, right? So you've got actual what they call gumdrops, literally gumdropping from the sky. Wonderful. This is my favorite theme so far. This is the best one, right? But there we go. We've got toxic, and you'll be able to see here the toxic ooze, or whatever you want to call it, liquid. And of course, if I fall in that, whoop, you can see a nice effect there. But you can also see it glows in the night. This looks really cool, because in the night you actually get that green look, that green glow on everything. This is one of the best themes as well. This is one of my favorites. But there we go. Really cool. And then you've got the oh shoot, I fell off. You've got the fogging in the sort of toxic theme. This is a little bit more excessive. This is green, very green, or very yellowy green. And then we've got the acid rain, of course. Very natural type of rain for this type of theme. And then we've got the, what is it, clouds. So there we go, we've got clouds, and you can see in the night, looks really cool. I broke his head again. This is really annoying me. I'm supposed to be completing this level so that you can actually see the higher end. But there we go, we've got the foggy bit of the cloud theme, which is a little bit more appropriate for being in the clouds. Again, we broke the chicken just by a little bit of physics glitching. This is probably coming from the low frame rate as well, coupled with, you know, the glitchiness of the shapes of all of these places. All of these objects currently do have a an edge between them, which means that I am colliding with that. I'm going to do some work on that. And then we've got snow. Wonderful, right? So that's the rain or precipitation for the sky theme. But yeah, you can actually see in the night, this looks really, really cool. Driving on these vines in the night. Very, very nice, right? So there we go. That's a nice cloud theme. We'll switch back to water, or maybe my favorite. So there we go. We'll switch back to my favorite. Just hailing jelly stuff. What are they called? Gumdrops. So yeah, there we go. We've got hail gumdrops. There we go. Wonderful. And then we've got these nice vines and stuff that you can drive on. These are all just parts of the level editor. Everything is placeable. You can do all of this in the level editor, build your own levels. And I do have saving and loading as well on the levels. So there we go. All wonderful. And you can see the loop that I just did. Loop-de-loop there. It's all beautiful. It's all wonderful. You can do all of this stuff just in the level editor. You can see there's a little bit of movement on the way that that the rain kind of moves with the camera. That's because I wanted to limit the amount of actual the amount of rain just overall, right? So there's actually a limited range on the rain. It doesn't go very far, which means it just sort of follows the camera, which is it's kind of nice. With the editor, obviously it kind of falls all over the place, but in game it looks pretty good. So there we go. That's a quick look at all of the theming, all of the weathers, and of course these things as well. You can actually theme them. You can set them exactly like you can with the yellow things. These rocks here, for example, these rock types, you can actually theme those as well. You can see there's some custom shaders on there. They look really, really nice as well. And you can see the custom shader on the gloopy glue as well. This looks really, really cool. You can see it's sort of got this chromatic effect on it. It looks really, really nice. And it's also very gluey looking. And of course these, you can change the theme, but it doesn't change the glue. I want the glue to be a specific color so that you can actually see the different types of glue that I'll probably add later on. But for now, yeah, you can see that the theme doesn't change that. Maybe I'll add something that does. And I am using the same effect now on my gravity zones, but I haven't actually placed those in the level yet. I'll show you them later. Actually, there's one more thing to show you, which is when you collect one of the coins. A nice little effect that I've just added. So we'll just collect one of the coins here. Whoop. And wonderful. It's beautiful. So there we go. That's the whole game really. For now, you can just hop over here. You can hop off the skateboard and just watch as chicken does not fall in the water. Actually, wonderful. But there we go. That's the end of that part of the video. That's the game, right? So there we go. Wonderful. Thanks very much for watching. I would like to add some more videos soon. Before the game even releases, I'll just showcase a lot more of the game. It's going to look really, really cool. There we go, get that off the screen. But yeah, there we go. That's everything I want to show you for now. I've got a lot more land pieces and stuff, maybe new traps as well coming, and I'm going to get this game to release as quickly as I can possibly do so. But there we go. You'll be looking forward to a few more shorts as well, just some short videos showcasing for like 30 seconds the mechanics of the chicken and other things that I'm sort of adding to the game as well, before a proper video will show up every week as well. I have taken a long time to actually build videos over just recently. I'm actually back on my main system, which you can see by the way that the performance has actually handled this video today. But there we go, that's the end of this video. I've got so much more to come, and when this game is released, I'll then be able to go and mess around with some VR as well. I know this year has been a little bit slow on the VR train, so it's going to be nice to be able to add some new stuff there. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.